Hello guys, today in this video we will learn how to select the previous sibling of an element. We have always seen selectors that we use to select adjacent sibling elements, but that is always where we are able to select only the next element of a particular element, right? Whenever you use a sibling selector, you'll always notice that it always selects the next element of your particular element that you select. But what if you want to select a previous element? How do you do that using CSS? So that is what we are going to learn in today's video. So here if you see I have boilerplate HTML code, and I have a div which has a class called image grid, and it has 5 images in it. Okay, and here I have normal CSS where image grid is display grid and all the different properties like to show 5 elements, and the image I've given some width, height. So this is what you can see right now on the screen. Now what I want here is I want this element to scale, and then I want even this element to scale, and I just want this one to be small, and I want these two elements at the back to be blur and this one on the top on focus. Okay, so to do that, what we'll do is for the center element we can easily just say image center, and we can give it a transform scale of 1.5. Okay, we just copy this and we paste it here. So this we are done with the first thing. Now what we want to do is we want to give the elements that are just besides it, that is this one here and this one here, both of them we want to give it a scale of 1.2, for example. So if we see the element on the right is the adjacent sibling of the center element. Okay, so here what we can do is we can use the plus selector which is used for adjacent sibling, and we can say image. Now if you hover on this, you can see that this image is being selected. So if you get it here, you see this is okay. I think if you can see clearly now, so this element is being selected, right? So here you can say transform scale 1.2. All right. And if you want, you can just play with some z index. So this comes on the top. Okay, so let's add the z index here, and if we see here, and let's give this a little bit of filter. Sorry, not this one, this one here. Let's give it a filter of, say, blur, and let's make it a blur of 3 pixels. Okay, so we just copy this and we paste it here. And now what we want to do is we want to make all the images at the back blur and only this one on the focus to be actually seen. So here we can just give a blur to all of them, but the center image we don't need it to be blur. So we just say 0 pixels for this one. So now if we refresh, we see that the images at the back are blur, but this one is at focus. Okay, now if you see the last image, then it has come on the top. So what we can do is we can give a z index to this one as well over here, let's say 5, and we refresh. All right, so here you go. Now we have achieved this on the right hand side, but what about the left? Like these image is previous sibling to the main focused image, right? But here, as you saw, that when we use the plus selector here, it only selects the next element. But what about the previous element? How do we select that? So to select that, we have the has selector. Okay, so how do we use the has selector? So for example, we just copy this and we paste it here, and what we do is we say image has, and we put the center image as the adjacent selector for this one, and if you see, it selects the previous element. So what we did here is we say that we want one image element on the page which has an adjacent element that is image center. Okay, so this is how you like select a previous sibling. So you use the has selector to select the previous sibling of your particular element that you want. All right, so if you copy this, we don't need to repeat the styles as we already have them here for this one. We just paste it here, and now when you refresh, you will be able to see that this also scales up, right? And if you want to see clearly, let's just make it 1.3 and we refresh. So can you see we selected the previous element using the has selector. So this is how you use the has selector to select a previous sibling of a particular element. I hope this video was helpful, and if you learned at least one new thing from the video, then please do not forget to press that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with videos similar to this one. So thank you guys for staying, and see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye.